Hello everyone, I'm Hillary with Dominion Tea, and today we're going to talk about 3 of the lesser known Japanese green teas. So why do we want to do that? All tea drinkers we're all guilty of kind of getting into ruts and sticking with what we're comfortable with, and sometimes we just need to kind of change it up a little bit. And these are 3 teas that are going to absolutely allow you to do that. So I'm going to start here with Hojicha. So Hojicha is absolutely one of the funnest green teas because it doesn't look green and it doesn't act green because it's been roasted. So this Hojicha actually is the product of Bancha, which is your Japanese larger leaf. So sencha usually is the first leaf and Bancha is the second. Why do we talk about the number of leaves on the stem? The Japanese have been mechanizing harvesting since the early 1900s. It went into full force post-World War II. And so they're harvesting a large stem every time. Usually your bud is going to go into matcha, followed by sencha, and then by Bancha. Hojicha basically is the result of either sencha or Bancha, and then a 5 to 10 second roast after they have finished steaming it to give you this nutty flavor. And it's beautiful. It's kind of chestnut, it's a little brown, so if you're in the mood for a darker green or something a little bit less strong than a black, but still kind of like a black, this is a great candidate. Our next one is kukicha, and kukicha is absolutely fabulous when you start to look at Japan post-World War II. It is a product of Japanese culture, mechanization, and an American by the name of William Deming. So those of us in the business world know exactly who Deming is. He basically revolutionized and brought along the concept of efficiency and kind of that 100%, get rid of those defects and use everything. And the Japanese culture took hold of William Deming's work and just ran with it, tea industry included. And kukicha is a product of that. So this is the main stem. We talk about the mechanized harvest. They're cutting off 3 or 4 leaves. Between those leaves is that stem. That's what this is. They take it through the steaming process, and then you get this beautiful, lighter, slightly more woody green tea. So this can actually come out of the harvest done for both gyokuro and sencha, or Bancha again. It's that main stem. And so if you want a kind of a nice, interesting mix of both America, thank you, Mr. Deming, and Japanese culture, kukicha is a good place to play. And last but not least is konacha. So Kanasha, this is usually the product of gyokuro, right? So this is shade-grown green tea, and what they're doing is taking that last bit of stem from the leaf. So not the main stem like you have in kukicha, but the stem of that leaf. When they steam for gyokuro, that long stem falls off. And they end up with a lot of it in very different sizes. So it gets chopped down to a very fine cut so it can be consistent. This one is going to take on, because of the shade, a slightly more floral, but you're still going to be kind of grassy and aquatic because remember, we're still in Japan here. So why am I using Kyusus for this? Very simple. All 3 of these teas really need the particulate that comes from the steaming process that the Japanese use to give you that more complete mouthfeel and that kind of smoother finish. And so if you start to explore these teas and really start to appreciate it, take a look at how your infuser lets through the particulate. Because if you find they're kind of flat, you might have an infuser that holds in too much particulate for this tea to be useful in that infuser. And you're going to need to graduate to a Kyusu. But if you are a big Japanese tea drinker already, these are great ones to add to your repertoire if it's not already there. And it's a nice appreciation on how the Japanese absolutely use everything they harvest off the tea plant. So please explore and leave us any comments.
We hope you enjoyed learning more about tea with us. Hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified when we add more videos to our channel. And check out the highlighted videos to learn even more about tea. And last but not least, you can check out all of the teas we talk about in our videos at dominiontea.com.